we're starting today with some show business. How's that sound? Big news for two local guys involved in a film that is a finalist in the Cannes Film Fest in France. Can you believe it? It's called God's Not Here, and you'll probably recognize the guy who plays three different characters in this clip.
I used to believe.
May I ask why you stopped?
Where were you when my mother died? When I got married? You missed everything in my life. And then you just show up on my doorstep and just what, expect me to forgive you?
And I want to share with you a couple of stories or a couple of scenarios.
Tell me it ain't true!
What? Listen to me.
Is it true? How could you? After what he done, you let this happen.
Gary Mativier, former TV journalist, now mad guy in that clip.
Apparently.
And two other characters joining us now as part of this acclaimed independent film.
We're shocked.
Congratulations!
And very happy with that so far.
Oh
Thank you.
Goodness, Gary. So how's that been? How long ago did you shoot the movie?
We shot that almost a year ago.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And now the famous Cannes Film Fest in France. This is for next
Right.
May.
Correct.
Right. And so you're a finalist.
Yeah, and we were surprised, Paula, really, because we are a small budget independent film. And we started getting these accolades from various film festivals, and then all of a sudden we hear from the big one.
Yes.
And we're like, what are you kidding me? We're a semifinalist, then finalist, and it's like, wow, I can't believe that we made it that far, but hopefully it'll keep continuing.
Are you going to be able to go to that?
I might, actually.
You might? Wouldn't that be fun, right?
Well, Adam and I were already going to go on a book research trip, and it may coincide with the same time frame, so we may go. Yeah.
So let's talk about this movie. First of all, small budget, as you said. We saw you 3 times in that clip, and you also your fourth role in the movie is as a priest.
Right. Right.
Let's set that up a little bit.
Sure.
What was that like for you?
Each of these, by the way, it's a unique film because it's sort of like a parable. So I play 4 different characters. So we have a storyline that goes throughout. But each character is very separate and has something different they bring to the table. And for the priest role in particular, I mean, we pull things from our life, right, to get these parts and bring them to life. And that was actually inspired by the death of my friend Gene Putney's little boy a few years back, and my best friend and that little boy.
Story.
Yeah. And I kind of took that now and used that as a way of healing and hoping and working with that. So each character, I had to put a good month or so into developing that persona.
They're all so different, all of these guys. So let's go ahead and take a look at that clip of Gary as the priest in God's Not Here.
I want to show you how our Lord is always working, even when we don't see him doing something.
When I needed him the most was when Maddie was fighting for her life. But where was God then? Because he sure wasn't with us. He wasn't with her.
God never left her side. Sometimes in the midst of all the pain, we can't feel his presence. I assure you, God was always with Maddie, and he is with you and Michael.
You see, the world's changing.
That's why they call it faith, Dr. Bennett. You choose to believe in something without any physical manifestation, or as you say, physical proof. And by choosing to believe without said proof, you can feel him as real as the ground you are standing on.
I love that line. This is a faith-based film, Gary.
It is, for sure.
Is it in a particular category that is as a religious film, or how is that categorized?
Well, in some of the festivals, it was, so it went into, there are religious film festivals too and faith-based. But for Cannes Film Festival, it just went up there with all the rest of them. Wow. It's not in a specific category.
Well, let's bring in, via Zoom, the man who shot all of the video, all of the photography that you've just watched in these clips. He is Noah Richardson from the Quad Cities. Noah, it's so good to have you here. Director of photography for this film. Congratulations. How do you feel, Noah, when you watch this, all of these trailers that we've been showing? You remember what those days were like?
Honestly, I mean, it's incredible. It's such a I think it was like 8 really long days, like 10-hour days of just full filming, everything with my equipment. I mean, it was just incredible. I mean, it was exhausting, but yet rewarding at the same time. Just everything that, like all the ideas I had behind the director of photography, all the shots, you know, ideas on different angles and, you know, for different scenes, and just seeing it come alive on this film, it's just incredible, just so rewarding.
It's beautiful to look at. It really is. I know you and Gary are friends, and Noah, you and I know each other. You used to work at the station. How long ago was that? You were just a kid then, right?
It was actually 2010, and I was like early 20s. And if you don't mind, just real quick, I want to say I was working floor crew for Gary. You know, I was cueing him like when to go live and like when to wrap up if he's talking too long, and which he never does. But I love working with Gary, and I moved out to Arizona. I came back in 2017. I visited the station, and then Gary reached out to me on Facebook, and hey, let's you know, grab some coffee sometime. We can talk business about, you know, getting some projects together. And it was just incredible because you saw my work ethic as being a floor crew, and then you just never know what it might lead to. And now we're making feature films in the music festival or film festival.
Isn't that so exciting? What a story. Yeah. That's a fairy tale story, Gary.
Well, and you know, as they say, fate jumped in too, right? Because we had a director of photography from Chicago all lined up for this film. Yep. And he dropped out at the last minute. So the film was going to be canceled.
Wow.
But in particular, Charlie character, I had to bring Charlie to life. That was so important to me. So I'm like, I got a guy, you know, because Ryan Bentema, another TV Sixer, actually produced the trailer with us as well. So I produced and wrote the trailer. Noah shot it.
Production.
It's crazy. And then we called Noah and I said, what do you think? You think you can do this? And he said, I'd love to try, because Christian films or faith-based films is something he's very interested in doing, and so am I.
Absolutely.
So we're like, hey, let's do it together.
Wow. Well, look what it's look at the benefits that it's reaped. Here we go. So do you think, Nora, when you think about your future in film, are you thinking maybe this is a new gig for you?
Well, I would love to. There's other ideas I have that I'm still currently working on for the past year or so that I really hope God will come into pass someday, and so we'll just see what happens with that. But I'm super excited. I love working with Gary. You know, we're always doing inspirational stories, which, you know, that's what Gary loves to do. And we're just always working on a project. It's never a dull moment.
Gary, I think he could be your agent.
I know, he's very good. This is going to cost me like an extra $20 or something.
I know. So, Gary, when you think about the future in this, well, I hate to call it show business, but it is.
No.
You know, it's
storytelling.
Storytelling,
just a different level.
Performance.
Yeah.
Do you have some ideas that you think you guys could collaborate upon?
Oh, we're already working on some. In fact, we want to bring some projects here. We want to do some feature films here in the Quad Cities. We may start with some smaller shorts and start looking for local talent, pulling people together, and get this scene going here with storytelling at that level.
And you know, we have this new theater coming in that's going to feature locally made films. So you guys fit right in there. Oh, we want to direct you to Facebook, the God's Not Here movie Facebook page. So keep up to date on that, because there are all kinds of awards you guys are up for. And then TVA Media, what do you think? Is that still going?
It's still going, just a different form. I mean, we still, and Noah is shooting with me tomorrow as well as Ryan. We're going out to shoot some more That's Wild. So that series 2 is wrapping up on, season 2 is wrapping up on that one. And so we have about 15 more episodes of that almost to the can.
Wow, you got it all covered. Noah, anything else you want to mention before we let you go, man? Congratulations. I just want to make sure that you understand how proud we are of you.
Thank you very much. I just appreciate being on with you today, Paula, and yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Noah.
And you know what? Sometimes we don't know behind the camera, right? How somebody's going to make us look and appear and all that. When I knew Noah was back there's a comfort level even for me. I could go into my world and know that Noah would capture it and would not stop until he got what he needed. That's an important quality to have.
That's what it's about.
Thank you.
Noah, thank you. Gareth, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
You guys keep in touch, and we'll keep updating this. Wow, congrats.